hard to imagine someone else being able to compete with the experience and the time that we've put into the district.
A third-generation Bakersfield resident and Highland High School graduate, Leticia Perez has been a well-known Democrat in Kern County politics since she was elected to the Board of Supervisors in 2013.
The greatest privilege I have ever had to serve in this capacity.
Before entering politics, Perez attended UC Santa Barbara and law school at Valparaiso University in Indiana. She returned to Kern to work for the Public Defender's Office, where she says she represented impoverished clients.
The people's government, funded by the taxpayer.
As the only Democrat on the board, Perez has often been starkly divided with her colleagues. Over her 9-year tenure, she has frequently been the sole dissenting vote, and many a 4-1 decision by Kern's 5 supervisors. She believes it's taught her to listen to those across the aisle.
Really, we're more of a purple center, and when we really drive our energy and attention towards that area, we can do, so much together.
We are going to the assembly.
Now, running for the newly drawn 35th Assembly District, Perez is hoping to succeed her close political ally, Bakersfield Assembly member Rudy Salas, who is running for Congress. In announcing her candidacy, Perez said she wanted to work to keep Kern a global energy powerhouse.
We have the #1 oil basin in the world. We have the #1 cleanest domestic production in the United States, in the hardest state to do business, period. We've managed that here.
Energy is an issue in which Perez has strayed from the majority of her party in the past.
These are not partisan issues. Fundamentally, these are issues of the economy, and these are issues of Kern County's economy.
As many Democrats in the state continue to limit oil and natural gas production, Perez joined her board colleagues in voting to approve new oil wells in Kern last year.
I really feel that being a Democrat in this conversation is a huge advantage because I've had the opportunity to be educated here by the experts.
Along with energy, Perez says if elected, she hopes to address homelessness and public safety. If voters send her to Sacramento, that would leave her seat on Kern's board vacant for a year. Governor Gavin Newsom could appoint someone to fill it.
Kern County really has improved its idea of how we think about the homeless. In the past, we have, really thought of them as a problem group that needs to just be managed, and really as a monolithic group, right? When we take a closer look, we see that folks that are homeless or experiencing homelessness, many of them really have 3 priorities, of which folks in my position need to take more seriously, and we've actually done that. So think about it as the 3 Ps, right? Pets, property, and partners. In the past, we would fully expect people to divest themselves of their own support network, the people and the things they love, like their animals that are absolute support systems for people, often in traumatic states or in states of really, dark spaces that they need some light in. Animals and the property, all that they have, we have figured out we need to help them keep together so that folks feel a sense of trust and a confidence when coming into county facilities. We have launched several wraparound holistic shelters that folks that are experiencing homelessness can come in and be moved along, be met exactly where they are, keep their pets with them, keep them safe. We have pet services there. We have lockers for personal property and whatnot. I think the approach that we are taking to folks experiencing homelessness is more humane, more compassionate, but also really honest. In the county, we've pushed really hard to make sure that we have folks that know how to deal with antisocial paradigm, with mental health issues, with substance abuse issues, to be part of the team that comes out and talks to folks as we transition them into more stability. We know that it's working. We know that the numbers still are profound, but we absolutely need more housing, and we need creative housing. The obstacles at the state that exist to entice people, entice developers to want to be part of California's future of development, really needs to change. We make things very difficult in California. A lot of rules, rules, a lot of bans, and a lot of prohibitions. And really, it's a negative way to govern, right? We need to entice developers. We need to ease the processes so that affordable housing, tiny houses, new kind of constructed model even communities where folks that are more alike can live safely and with dignity, right, but also in modest prosperity. Like any legislation and like any period of growth, economic growth, we have to look at things as they are right now, right? The opportunity for California to lead the world, right, in renewables and for Kern County to advance the way it has come because of those kind of policy implementations and that kind of policy push, right? We know that California leads the world in so many ways, and we're proud of that. And we want to lead in the best technology and the best resolutions to real problems facing not just America, but humanity, right? And Kern County is a partner in that. We don't want to be a martyr along the way. We're a partner, right? We're not the enemy, we're the experts. So the ability for the solar world to expand the way it has, for us to double our apprentice programs here locally on the implementation of solar panels, right, and the implementation of wind turbines in the Tehachapi Wind Pass, for example, right? All of that has happened because there have been policy that's come down from the Capitol that has said, this is important, California leads, let's be on the cutting edge, right? But now we look at a scenario where Kern County is producing 60% of the state's renewables because we've learned to manage the permitting process in a way that actually still encourages international investment, like I said, 60 billion in 12 years, right? But now we're in a situation where because Kern County has bared the burden of, or is bearing the burden of the solar tax extension, what it means is that we're producing all the renewables, right? After construction jobs, those are very few permanent jobs, and of course we're not getting the property tax revenue to the tune of tens of millions of dollars. Now, if the state of California believes that that's a policy direction we should still continue, then Kern County needs to be made whole by the sacrifices we're making to keep that policy direction thriving and alive. So we're partners, again. If it makes sense now to address the solar tax exclusion in an aggressive and comprehensive manner, then let's do that with all the players on the table. But certainly with Kern County bearing almost all of the weight of renewable production, of the ideas, of the research and development, and the actual people on the ground working through the CalISO process, it's all Kern County.